Niemcy do Polski wyjechali. Na wycieczkę tak to myśleli. Na ich podróż nic nie zapłacili. Ćwiartkę wódki mieli, kurde się bawili. Jak do Warszawy oni przyjechali. Takie duże miasto nigdy nie myśleli. Siostra na nich czekała, kwiaty tak w rękach. Całą nocą śpiewała, braciszek już to w rękach. A raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, powiedz mi kochana, całą noc o ciebie tak to myślałem. Może być, że razem tak to nareszcie już jesteśmy. Starość nie radość, a śmierć nie weselna. Wrocławku do Gdańsku wyjechałem. Na parę koncerty tak to tam dałem. Kurde oni grali, śpiewali całą noc. Może być zapomnieli, że wszystko to co mieli. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, powiedz mi kochana, jeśli tak myślała, że będzie co to będzie. A ja tak po samemu na ciebie czekałem nocą. A starość nie radość, a śmierć nie wesela.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here with you and to have the opportunity to speak today on this very special occasion. It's a real thrill to see so many distinguished guests here in our beautiful premises of the Polish Consulate. I warmly welcome every of you, especially our jubilee, Mr. Peter Jassen, our well-known guest from Poland, Mr. Adam Michnik, the editor-in-chief of the Poland's largest newspaper, Gazeta Wyborcza. Today we are celebrating 10 years of Mr. Peter Jassen as a president of Polish Jewish Heritage Foundation of Canada. I'm convinced that your presence here is the best proof that Polish-Jewish dialogue in Canada is important for all of us. We, who did not perish, leave it up to you to keep the memory of the alive forever. Sir, please accept my best wishes and congratulations.
I haven't been called the senior rabbi of Holy Blossom Temple for 12 years, because that's when I retired. However, it's good to be reminded, and it's good to be here. When one of the motivations for starting the Polish Jewish Heritage Foundation was the sense that we had that the Jews we knew were hugely burdened by the trauma of their own experience, they'd gone through the war, or burdened by the experience of their parents and grandparents who came earlier and who told them why they had left Poland. Coming from that world, I also knew that Polish Jews suffered from unrequited love to Poland. So the first thing we wanted to do is to make people aware of their own long and glorious history of Jews in Poland, because it wasn't always suffering and it wasn't always martyrdom, and it had to be brought in. And my greatest contribution to it was to resign from the board of the Polish Jewish Heritage Foundation. Once Peter Jassen became the chair, the president, I knew that the organization was in such good hands that the least I interfered, the better it would be, and his tenure has vindicated my decision fully. So we are delighted to celebrate it, and to, as it were, and as I was walking around and recognizing people, I said, ah, the usual suspects. And indeed, and it's a great occasion and a deserved tribute to Peter Jassen. I heard there were many more speeches, so I'll stop here. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by applauding and thanking Peter Jasem for his very conspicuous service for the last 10 years as chairman of the board of the PJHF in Toronto. Things are changing very fast in Poland. I think many young people are now completely free of anti-Semitism, and I'm absolutely sure that we have equally gifted and dedicated people in Israel and maybe even here in Toronto among the Jewish population. And I think that we should focus on getting people who have a great many achievements in this field to come and share their experiences with us and teach us, so that we can start with our own backyard and get on the right track with promoting good relations between the Polish and Jewish communities. And that's about all I have to say to you. Thank you very much.
Panie konsulu Rzeczypospolitej, drogi Piotrze, szanowni państwo. Mówimy tutaj o rocznicy Fundacji Dziedzictwa Polsko-Żydowskiego. Dotychczas wszyscy mówili po żydowsku, to ja po polsku będę mówił. Myślę, że Piotr jest kimś, kto buduje mosty.
Because I think that Peter is the kind of a person who builds the bridges.
Moja wiedza jest taka, że wśród Polaków i wśród społeczności żydowskiej jest wielu takich, którzy mosty lubią wysadzać w powietrze. Tym bardziej
And more so,
podziwiam wysiłek Piotra.
And so therefore I admire even more the great effort of Peter.
Jestem ogromnie rad, że mogę uczestniczyć w takim święcie w konsulacie mojego kraju.
I want to participate in this great holiday, in this great celebration in the consulate of my very own country.
To, że dzisiaj taki dialog przyjazny jest możliwy, to jest empiryczny dowód na istnienie Boga, i żydowskiego, i chrześcijańskiego.
The fact that such a dialogue is possible is a real proof empirically that there is God, both from the Christian and Jewish point of view.
Dziękuję Ci, Piotrze, że dzięki Tobie mogli się spotkać ze sobą ci wszyscy, którzy, kiedy prześladują Żydów, mówią o sobie jestem Żydem, kiedy prześladują Polaków, mówią o sobie jestem Polakiem. I dziękuję Panie Konsulu,
and thank you, Mr. Consul General,
że dzięki Panu mogę powiedzieć z dumą
that I can say
o moim
with
państwie,
pride about my own country,
że staję na wysokości zadania.
that it really raises to the occasion.
Ja mam nadzieję, że później jeszcze mi Państwo pozwolicie wznieść toast i wtedy starym polskim zwyczajem wypijemy L'chaim.
The goals of the March to Living and the Polish Jewish Heritage Foundation of Canada is not to just discuss what happened to the victims during the Holocaust, but also to highlight the enormous creativity that existed before the war, before their lives were taken away so tragically. Over the last 10 years, so many of the programs that Peter and I have worked on together, and so many of the programs that I had no involvement with that the foundation established, were in this vein, helping us to understand the exceptionally vibrant life of pre-war Jewish Europe, especially in Poland. The history of the Jews, as we all know, did not start in 1939, but almost 1,000 years ago in Poland, and much, if not most of this history, is caused the Jewish people to be what they are today because of the fertile ground and the incredible welcome they had in Poland for so many centuries. Peter, what you've done over the years is to choose the best examples from each of our traditions and build programs that reflect these ideals. Through outstanding work with the Polish Jewish Heritage Foundation of Canada, you have built bridges between our two cultures and religions and have helped bring so many people from our communities closer together in the spirit of brotherly and sisterly love. Our last song is a song of hope, that one day peace will reign among all members of the human family. Written by an Israeli soldier in honor of friends of his who died in the Arab-Israeli conflict, the last lines to the song read, "Let time heal every wound, and love will someday set us free." And this song will conclude our presentation of a few stories and a few songs in honor of our dear friend Peter. And Peter, may God give you the strength to continue your healing work for many years to come. You're a blessing and a gift to both the Polish and Jewish communities. Well done, Lord.
Please hear us, listen to our prayer, and help us do thy will upon this earth. Let the children suffer war no more, and let a peaceful world be given birth. Every hand that holds a sword can hold a baby, every heart can learn to love. Lay down your arms, begin the journey home, and join the human family. The road is long and steep, what we sow we reap. Children need you, let us lead you. Promises we make, we all must keep. V'chitetu harvatam leitim, v'chanitotehem lemazmerot. V'chitetu harvatam leitim, v'chanitotehem lemazmerot. Lo yisa hagoy hagoy cher, ve'lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, ve'lo yilmedu od milchama. Somewhere deep inside the soldier there's a dreamer, dreaming of a world of peace. Lay down your arms, let time heal every wound. And love will someday set us free.
I'm really speechless, so if I remain silent at the microphone, I guess it would be justified, but I can't. I have to say that I'm really thankful for all the words that were said here, for all of you that made such incredible effort to come here, and some of you came from other countries and some of you from other cities. Let's build those bridges together. Although, you know, I must say, when I heard Adam speaking, that it would have been much more fun to explode a few bridges. I think, but you know, as you said, you know, when I wake up in the morning, I'm not really in the mood of destroying anything. Sometimes I'm too tired to make a declaration of the morning, but at the end it just, you know, comes naturally, and but I'm not doing it alone. I have helpers, and I have supporters. I have those of you who make generous donations, and Adam Michnik wouldn't have come to Canada if not for a generous donation of Joe Goddenker, for instance. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I must have missed many of you who deserve, you know, a lot of good word from me. I thank you all. Thank you.
Kochany tato, jak się tatuś czuje po tych długich latach, jeśli tatuś już zrobił swój rachunek. Na pamiątkę ja tak śpiewam od oficery, że zginęli, a ludzie już zapomniali. Historia tak rozmawiała.
Grzegorz Morawski, the Consul General of the Republic of Poland here in Toronto. And it was my honor and great pleasure to have so many distinguished guests for this wonderful event, the celebrating of 10 years of the anniversary of Peter Jasem as a president of Polish Jewish Heritage Foundation of Canada.
Okay, how did we meet Peter?
I have no recall. We met a mutual friend of hers who put us on to other friends of hers because we were trying to promote an artist who now lives in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's
And
right. Yeah.
They put us. We had a dinner party, or they had a dinner party, and we were introduced to Peter and Elizabeth, and we became friends.
Well, this is Nancy Amos. I'm Arthur Amos, and we are cousins of the Jasems by virtue of being a cousin to their cousin.
Bill Wiener.
And Lillian Goldstein.
We met at a common friend of ours, Stanley Galvin, many years ago, prior to him passing away. And we talked, and at the time we became very friendly.
Oh, I met Peter many years ago at the parking lot at Shara Shamayim Synagogue. He came to take part in the meeting of Jewish genealogy group. And he heard my friend Marta and myself speaking Polish. And we started to talk, and we became friends ever since.
You asked Dagmar about it, and Dagmar said, "Oh, I'll introduce you."
Yeah.
And she introduced him to Peter, and Peter knew who he was and said, "Well, maybe you can help us." And then this Peter helped that Peter promote it and organize it and do the thing.
At his suggestion, we went to Poland, toured for 3 weeks. We were blown away, absolutely blown away, not only
with
our cousin,
yeah.
blown away by how beautiful it is, but also by the excitement. We went for the Jewish Music Festival, 10,000 people filling Kazimierz Square in Krakow. We are certainly going back, but I must admit that until tonight, I didn't really know how much Peter did, how much he was revered and respected. Now I do. Now I'm intimidated.
Actually, it was the first person I've met after my coming here in Toronto. We've met and we speak about our future cooperation, about this event and organizing this event. And as I said, the Peter was a wonderful person, wonderful man who is very eager, who is very connected with this job and give all of him to do the best.
I think I know Peter longest time of all the people here because I am his older brother. So I know him for 60 years.
I mean, he's a very dedicated person, of course, with the broad sense of broad interests and open mind, because that's necessary for this type of organization.
Yeah, I wish him to be as active as he is, to be so efficient, to be so enthusiastic. He does terrific job here. Only tonight I realized how much he does for his idea.
I wish him a lot of prosperity and success. And so far as the president goes, I'm sure that he will do everything best for the organization.
Peter outlived, let's say it outlived the 3 previous consul general. I am the 4th, so long live the president.
Yeah, but I think what he really wants is a final truce, a rapprochement, and an acceptance on both sides of their mutual history.
Don't we all?
I'd say integrity and perseverance.
You know, they say 120 and 1, and the reason for the 1 is that 120 shouldn't come as a shock.
Oh, I would wish for him to have many happy returns of the day, and we should have a meeting like this 20 years from now. Would be perfect. Wonderful. We should be all well.
We wish they continues doing this.
And that through his example, others will as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter. You're wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, great event, Peter. Congratulations. I hope to be here on your 25th as well.
Well, of course, I understand that you're asking about the foundation, and it's part of my life. It's 1/3 of my life. I have professional life, I have my family life, and it's the foundation. My interest in Jewish things, or Polish Jewish things, started about 20 years ago from my discovery of my own Jewish roots. I grew up as a child not knowing that my father was Jewish, and so it started with a great curiosity. I really wanted to know the history of my family. I wanted to know the history of the people my father came from. And it triggered my broader interest in Polish-Jewish relations, which I found were not that great always. And then a desire to improve those relations was born. And also the continuous desire to explore the heritage of Polish Jews. So when I learned about the foundation that was already in existence, I immediately joined it, and I was quite soon invited to join the board. And about 4 years later, I guess my passion was discovered, and I was offered to become the chair of the foundation. It's amazing. Frankly, I really don't need it. The greatest satisfaction comes from the work and from attendance at our programs, or from observing changes in attitudes or improvement in understanding one another, and so on. I certainly, if someone asked me at the beginning whether I wanted something like this, I would say no, it's absolutely unnecessary. Now that it's over, I actually think that it was something wonderful, because I could see all my best friends at once, some members of my family, some distinguished members of both Jewish and Polish community at once, and I could see the atmosphere that really I want to create at every program of our foundation and in general in the Polish-Jewish relations. So it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. I think it was a wonderful event, and all my gratitude goes to my wife and to the consulate. It's a one-way road. The more you talk about it, the more you discuss the difficult issues, the better understanding and the better future. In technical terms, I don't know, perhaps one day such foundation won't be needed anymore. Perhaps it will change with changes in technology. Perhaps it will become a virtual meeting place on the internet. It's hard to say. For the foreseeable future, we'll probably still do several programs a year, and we'll hope that people will keep coming.
A demokracja, kapitalisty, socjalisty, komunisty, solidarność w Gdańsku i tak dalej. A ja jedynie wziący to chciałem, kropelkę kawy, tak myślałem, może być, a nawet to nie miałem. Może być, a może być, a może być, a może jest takie głębokie. O ja jedynie wziący to co chciałem, kropelkę kawy. proszę Pana.